Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree, and I don't know if this is going to be a long video or if this could have been a short, so I don't have a lot to say about Sean Combs. Um, but why does Puff Daddy suck, and why do I hate him so much? Well, the short answer is I grew up in the West. I've lived in uh, Idaho and Nevada and California and Arizona and Kansas and Nebraska and Texas. These are all Midwest to Western states with ties to the Old West. And I grew up listening to West Coast G Funk, a lot of Dr. Dre and affiliates. So the easy answer is, well, he's not West Coast. But he isn't just not West Coast. He's like the epitome of East Coast. And this is what I've already done a whole video on what I like about G Funk. I've done a deep dive into G Funk. And so in the early days of hip hop, the early days, DJs were mixing disco tracks and funk records and R&B records to make this new hip hop music, combined with sounds from the electronic drum machine, the 808, the TRS 808 drum kit, and record scratches from turntables, and sometimes keyboards and guitars and bass guitars and other instruments like that. But by and large, they were sampling from the same pool of music. Occasionally, you'd get some detours, like Run DMC and the Beastie Boys occasionally would sample some like hard rocks, borderline heavy metal songs. But for the most part, it was like an unwritten rule in hip hop that you sample from basically black music, R&B and funk. Because you're talking about mostly black artists. And then Puff Daddy came along, and he wasn't sampling R&B songs. He wasn't sampling funk songs. He wasn't sampling hip hop songs that came before, or sampling well, sort of, but and he wasn't sampling disco either. He was sampling pop, bubblegum specifically, like actual bubblegum pop hits. And it just doesn't sound right. His songs sound wrong. They don't sound like hip hop at all. Um, One of his most famous songs, one of his biggest hits, "I'll Be Missing You," is a sample of a Police song, which is one of the widest bands around. And they're not even a dance band. They're just like boring pop rock. And that just doesn't interest me. His sound is off. It just doesn't sound good. None of his songs do. Nothing that he produced for Notorious Fat Ass, nothing that he produced for Mace, nothing that he produced for Lil Kim, or I don't know, whoever else he worked with. I don't know all of them. He just sucked. His music was not good. It wasn't rap music. It wasn't hip hop. It was like pop music with rapping on top of it. It was kind of like when uh, Blondie would rap in her songs, or Debbie Gibson would rap in her songs. It just didn't sound right. And this is unfortunate because Notorious B.I.G., Christopher Wallace, could have been a better rapper than he was if he would have had better music to accompany his lyrics and rapping ability. Now, I am not a fan of Notorious Fat Ass based on the fact that I'm calling him that instead of B.I.G. Biggie Smalls. And I've already done a video on him, I think, but if not, I'll do one in the future, and my stupid cat won't get down. So I guess he's going to be in the video. I'm sorry. He just wants to be in the video. Actually, he just wants some attention. I don't know why. He has food. He's not going out. It snowed last night. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Puff Daddy sucks, and those are my reasons. I'm sorry. I just don't like him.